Greetings, role players, and welcome back to the Star Wars RPG campaign. I'm not going to be doing an intro to every one of these, but I thought I'd do a quick one to this particular session because we actually had a guest player who was interested in trying it out, maybe with an eye to joining us later on, but ultimately decided they weren't really into sci-fi stuff and prefer fantasy stuff. It's actually, by the way, the DM of one of my other D&D campaigns, so they were, you know, looking to expand their horizons a little bit, but ultimately decided it wasn't for them. The start of this was a little bit truncated. I didn't start recording quite soon enough, but the gist of it is, well, we are travelling to Yavin 4. In fact, we're going to start off arriving at Yavin 4. And it turned out later on that of the two destinations Gizeki gave us, they both led on potentially very different paths, and we just happened to go with the one that took us to the rebellion. The Force moves in mysterious ways, clearly. So, without further ado, let's get on with things, and I hope you enjoy.
And you pop out at Yavin. In the Yavin system. Shortly after you arrive there, you are contacted by radio.
Space radio, of course, because this is
sci-fi,
space.
Okay, by interstellar communication systems. Or stellar in this case, because you're not in between stellars. This is Yavin command to unidentified ship. Please identify yourself. And
well,
if you're
Mark's piloting the thing, so
I can't remember the name of the ship.
Oh yeah, what did we decide on?
Free candy. We named it Free Candy.
How was it?
Free candy. This is Free Candy, over.
Free candy. Checking logs. Yes. Please press the green button on supplied card for proper identification.
Oh, this is where we had the thing that Antar gave us. So
yes,
I'm gonna plug that into the console and do whatever. I'm assuming we're all crammed into the cockpit.
It's still in the console because it was the thing.
Oh, that's right. It was the thing that brought us here. So I'll press the button then.
Command codes received. Welcome to Yavin Command. Your escort will be arriving shortly, and you guys on the scope see two blips coming your way. And if you want to make a piloting skill, you'll be able to identify the ships from the feedback or the signals that you're picking up.
It's on the space radar. Yeah, let's call it that.
Yeah.
Which would probably still just be radar.
The sensor system. There we go.
Yeah.
Something R5 is not good at: piloting. You two don't pick anything up. You go. It's a ship. There's two of them. Jalib just goes, I agree.
Do you know what? Just for the heck of it, I'm going to do a check as well. With my -1.
And Krusk is more than welcome to make the roll as well if he wants to.
Alright.
Just go down to your piloting there. There'll be a little dice and voila.
Ferret exclaims, oh my, are we in space?
The whole crew goes, hey, it's two ships. What type of ships? I don't know. Do you?
They've got engines.
Do these ships
Yeah, we're picking.
happen to have a kind of, an almost kind of an X-shaped configuration, one might say?
Well, the sensors can't pick up that.
We'll have to wait until we get closer then.
They get into visual range as you're, still heading into the system a little bit. You see two Y-wings.
Okay.
Closing in. They're a little larger and better for patrol duty. So to my wings and Commander, this is Green 1 to Free Candy. Follow us in.
That name though.
This is Free Candy. Over. Roger that. So, follow in.
Starkiller's Kappa. And you guys are now flying in towards the planet of Yavin.
Just imagining there's a wipe cut, and then like you see the Free Candy descending down into the. Is it the temple base? Please be the temple base.
It is the temple base.
Yay!
The ship lands. You don't get the nice indoor parking spot. You have to park outside until you're properly vetted and such. The Y-wings, have made sure you land, and then they jet off to parts unknown to you right at this point in time. They've done their duties escorting you in to make sure you're not going to do something stupid. And you are on a jungle moon with, if I'm not mistaken, Yavin 4 is a moon.
Yes.
And you see old step-like pyramids littered around you, and a large and, well, no, not large, but busy military-esque base there. Do you wish to de-ship?
I guess it would only be polite to go and say hello to whoever's living here.
Okay.
Farah looks out the window a bit nervously, given that we have just landed in the middle of an apparent military base, but no one's waving guns at us yet.
We aim to change that.
You are met at the bottom of the ramp by several guards, and in sort of a grayish outfit with little red pips and things like that on them. If you guys want to roll if you don't have, crap, just give me a sec here. Let me get the right skill. Either intelligence or knowledge, world lore. If you don't have world lore, go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
Where would I see world lore if I do have it?
You don't have it. Don't worry about it. It would be under knowledges. So just roll.
I'm just completely overwhelmed, apparently.
Jalip is the only one so far that recognizes the outfits from some hollow vids and things like that have been circulating. And so does Lance. Lance even recognizes certain regiments in there. And I'm guessing the robot doesn't want to do it, so these appear to be the rebels against the Empire. Horror upon horrors, you didn't know that already.
Oh my god, rebels scum.
We don't like that term. It's a little, we prefer rebel gelatinous objects that aren't widely appreciated by people.
Okay.
They say.
Farah looks around with the slightly dazed look and says something along the lines of, I'd heard there was a growing opposition to the harshness of the Empire, but I never imagined something as organized as this.
You'll come with us now. Please hand your weapons over to, he points to some guards, and they come up to come and take your weapons.
I'm gonna hand over my blaster pistol, but I'm hanging onto the quarterstaff because I also use it to walk with.
They don't see that as a weapon,
okay.
Not with all the blaster rifles around here.
I'm just as I know they're rebels now. I was like, it's no profit here. I'm just going to turn around and go back into the ship and start fixing. Can I?
No, they say where are you going? Come here. Take him into custody. 2 guards grab you, and because of your lack of strength, you
What strength?
just exactly. They just
Lance,
manhandle
please,
you,
let's
cuff
at
you,
least
and
clear
say,
them out. I'm sure
"Are the rest of you?
there's no need for violence.
Are the rest of you going to be this disagreeable?"
Can I use a diplomacy thing to persuade them to let him go and to persuade Lance to just...
No, just let them take me. 'Cause all I'd done was turn around and try and go back on the ship, and they arrested me.
Well, they don't know us yet. We've just turned up. You know, we had kind of a thing that got us through the door, so to speak, but they have no idea who we are, so...
No, I'll go in
I'm
custody.
being a bit cautious.
I'll go into custody.
You're still welcome to make a diplomacy check to calm things down.
Okay, I just want to de-escalate the situation a little bit, because Ferris doesn't like all the shouting and violence.
The testosterone or whatever.
People
other
waving
chemistry
guns
is going
around. There we go, 18.
Make a... and this is to Lance. Make a... let's see. What I want to have you do.
What have you got in mind here? Like
just to see if he can break it, or he just doesn't care what you're telling him.
wisdom check, maybe?
Make it just a charisma.
Charisma? Okay.
That's up here. Oh god, that's really low.
Yeah, Lance you just go fine, and you just slump and but you're not going to be as ornery as you feel like you want to be. You feel that there's some logic to just let's hear what they have to say first before anything else goes on.
Yeah.
Do we know?
Fine.
I mean, we just plugged the thing in, and it took us here. Do we know explicitly that this is Yavin, or do we?
Yes.
Is this just
Like I said,
turned up?
as of in the last session, before because it couldn't conceal it specifically within the ship's computer, you saw Yavin system pop up, so you definitely know where you are.
And I
Plus,
suppose
it didn't lock
would
you.
have been able to.
You didn't. You weren't locked out of the astrogation system, so you still would have been able to, when you stopped here, would have been able to quickly identify where you were. So, the soldiers go, "Oh, by all means, no, we won't hurt him. We just need to make sure that everybody comes with us and is properly processed into the base here, go through the proper security checks. We just can't have people walking off like that. So, but he'll have to keep the cuffs on." All right, so you guys are. One is trundled up and being followed by 2 guards a little closer than everybody else, and are walked into the base. You see a variety of ships in there: A-wings, Y-wings, X-wings, B-wings. Go through the alphabet and can find a wing there somewhere.
Z-wing.
Yeah, that one kind of zigzagged a little too much, so they kind of dropped it as a design.
They had they actually, this is me just being a total nerd knowing this, but they had a precursor design called the Z95 Headhunter, which kind of looks like an X-wing, except it didn't have the attack position. Yeah, that it couldn't go into the kind of the X.
And I know you're looking for it, but no, there's no YT 2400, 1300 transport sitting inside the ziggurat. Sorry.
It's a bit early for that.
Or late, you don't know. And so you're taken into the base, escorted to horror upon horrors, a holding room. You're all bundled into one holding cell type room. You guess so. Except you notice that there's actually a table here and some chairs. So a conference room, then a holding room. But please wait here. The representative will be with you shortly. And then they close the doors. You hear them lock. And you hear the commander outside. Okay, stand guard here. Nobody leaves until she gets here.
There better be some money in this.
We
If they are who I
came
think
out of
they
the
are,
holding
then I don't doubt that they have ultimately honourable intentions and will pay for any work that they.
Yeah, but the
happen to
rebels
have
cause
for us.
trouble throughout the galaxy. Yeah, I understand they're fighting for the good guys, but I can't make profit with them.
Sometimes there is more to life than profit, my friend.
Well, you've got a little bit of time, so feel free to look around and see what you're able to find inside the room. If you want to roll a search.
Is there a charging port for me?
I don't know. Can you find one?
Okay.
I'm just gonna poke around out of curiosity.
Yep, there it is. The actual one.
Oh, we had to get them out of the way early, I suppose.
Is this a chair? No, that's a table.
Krusk is the most observant among you for some reason. Trandoshan eyesight and all of that. And he bangs on a panel and you see it slide open. And there's both a charging port for R5 and a computer interface.
Found it.
Interesting. Do you think they'll be mad if I interface with their computer?
I don't know. Can you do it stealthily?
Farah notices this and looks over and says, "If you're planning to charge, I'm sure they won't mind that. But let's not antagonize them. They don't know us yet, and we don't know them."
Yeah, I agree. I'm just gonna charge.
Okay, let's charge. The computer interface is still there if anybody wants to use it. You see, pops up. You can see latest, galaxy news, local library, things like that. So, there's obviously stuff you can access if you want to.
Yeah, I
Somebody
would like
pull
to
up-
use the computer.
Somebody pull up like an audio book or something.
Oh, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. And that's all I can remember from the opening of that. So, sorry.
That's a good opening line, that one as well. Tale of Two Cities.
I know. Yeah, that was high school. So, you're actually sitting here for quite a while. It's trending on close to an hour now, with nobody in sight to come and see you.
Yeah, I wanted to use the computer.
Okay. What did you want to look
Well,
at?
I'm looking into galaxy news and wanted stuff.
You do a computer use check.
I'm going to say Farah
Well-
doesn't actually notice this, so I'm not going to say anything.
Well, Jalip, he's browsing through and he says, "Empire brings peace and tranquility to this in the star system and that in that star system, and you're digging through there and you're digging and you're digging, and there's this bit of information that just catches your eye, and you're like, that doesn't seem right. You're digging a little bit further. Sorry, R5 being 2C3PO for us.
Don't even want to know what your current crush is, R5.
You find this that the subnet for bounty hunters and things like that and you're digging through there, and you notice you see the bounty out there from Solstra, and there's a little note to it. Any party is interested in taking this up, don't. And you see, a strange emblem. I am protecting these people. And
interesting.
And it's just like a little sub note in there, in sort of like the what's the word I'm looking for? Crap.
Attached notes?
No. And this is metagaming a little bit here. What's the website again for like you post anything you want to sell? Or
like Craigslist.
Yeah, the Craigslist of bounty hunter.
Okay.
So it's the bounty list. You see this little note on there, and it's kind of like a dissuasion. You also notice that it got loaded in literally the day that you left Terrace to head to Yavin 4. So
it would have definitely been after we spoke to
Antar.
Yeah. Interesting.
So it looks like you've got somebody doing some sort of protection for you.
Yeah, my first thought is that I guess trading down that ship was a better deal than I thought. If it came with this kind of protection.
Well, it's not necessarily the dealer. It's probably Antar and his rebel connections.
Yeah.
Well, there goes my profit. Oh, sorry, did I say that out?
Yeah.
Okay. While we're obviously waiting, sitting around in there, I'm not going to try and escape, but can I look for, if need be, a way out in case things go wrong? Because I'm not doing anything, so I might as well just start planning.
Well, since you were rolling on the floor on your last search, licking it at times from appearances, sure, you can make another search roll if you want to.
I can't make search. Oh, I can. Sorry.
For some reason, you see Land suddenly flop onto the floor and looks like he's, trying to do some funky seal dance or whatever on the floor there.
Farrah rushes over, concerned that he's having a fit or some kind of seizure.
He's trying to find an exit, he says, but I'll leave Lance to try and dig himself out of that one.
It must be a buzzing thing when they're locked in a room, I guess.
I was on the door going, there's a door here somewhere. There is. I know there is. There's got to be.
Are you sure you
Look,
don't suffer from claustrophobia?
What? Wait, what? How'd you get here? Oh, that's a door. And I'll pick the chair up, the table up. No, put it back down, and I'll sit down. Just look.
Well, make a strength roll at this point.
Oh God! Lift the table up. I'll probably break my back now.
This is like a big conference table you're trying to wave around.
You see Lance do this, grab the edge of the table with two hands, and he's like, and then he grabs his back. He's like, "Oh, that hurt." Yep. You may need to help him now.
Okay.
He's definitely done something to himself.
Farrah escorts him to a chair, and I don't know. I check and see he's not torn anything, or I don't have any tools, so it's just going to be a quick checkup. But can I do like an actual medicine check here?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Would I have my data pad?
Yes.
Okay.
He has a couple of sprained muscles in his back.
Okay, I tell him to take it easy, and that'll give him something once we can get back to the ship, or once we get to a med bay.
Did we? Oh yes. Well, in the time you were flying, I think we determined that you could make, what was it?
It did make
4
some, yeah.
medical packs of some sort.
Yeah, I
So
got 2 med
2
packs and 2 med
medipacks and 2
kits.
medikits. So you have those on you if you want.
Okay.
You know.
I'm not going to use a whole.
exit
This
the
is
ship.
like a couple
They
of
just asked for your
aspirin.
weapons. They didn't ask for anything else.
A couple of aspirin and a rubbing on a bit of what's the hot gel stuff?
Red deep heat. Or
Yeah,
or type
something
of-
like that.
Yeah.
Red
Yeah.
deep heat.
Just no jock straps, please. Okay.
I'm gonna say the fair. Did anybody notice that? No, good. Or sit there like. That's embarrassing.
Ferris just looking at you very concerned.
It's at this moment that you notice the big camera on the wall zooming in on you and zooming out, and
Psychiatry's not her strong point, so.
R5 suddenly projects, lands, trying to do the lifting the table thing, and it's like, he's like, I found a door! I found a door!
I'm not gonna live this down.
Quick, put it on HoloTube, and we'll get millions from the ad revenue. There you go, Lance. There's your money.
It's more like thousands. The rate in.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, everybody ad
become-
blocks these days.
Yeah. And for all those listeners who may or may not be watching this, R5 just came up with Yavin's funniest home videos.
Yeah, everyone can see the. I've got it set to that at the moment.
Okay, enough of that. It's at this point that the door opens and you see a rather regal-looking red-headed woman, short red hair, wearing a large white gown for all intents and purposes. Welcome to Yavin 4, she says.
Farah stands up and kind of bows slightly and says, we are honored to be here. We had no idea that the resistance against the Empire had reached anything like this kind of level.
Yes, we're building ourselves up nicely. And that's why we brought you here. I am Mon Mothma. And she says, please take a seat.
Oh, can I check to see if I've heard of her? Because she was like a senator, right?
Yeah.
What would that be?
If you don't have a knowledge that allows it, just roll an intelligence check.
Okay.
You've heard the name, but you don't know how it relates to anything.
Would I know of her? Because I obviously know the rebels quite well.
Do you?
Do you?
Well,
Go right ahead.
I've got quite a good score. Nope.
Is that another one?
No,
Nope.
it's 11.
Yeah, you get the same kind of feel that that name's familiar, but you're not really remembering too much about her.
I'm still sitting in my seat, confused.
Just give me a sec here. Okay. Yes, as part of our growth, we bring in people to help us with specific tasks and such. We understand that not everybody wishes to stand up against the Empire as others do, but that they are willing to, do what they can to destabilize them. we're not expecting you to just sign up with the cause at this point, but we do have some work for you, especially as we are ensuring that you don't get, how should I put it, deleted from the galaxy by a certain hut. The question is,
would they have known that
are you willing to work with us?
Access the computer network?
Is there a question you want to ask about it?
Well, I'm just wondering if we could, how we react to that in terms of, oh yeah, we saw that on your computer network already, thanks for that, or do we just kind of feign surprise?
Well, what have you seen that would indicate to her something to her? I'm not. They, if who connected in Jalip, he knows that they were monitoring him, so he could have told you.
Okay.
With that roll that he made, he's like, yeah, I can see a tracer protocol here. Easy enough.
Okay, so in which case, yeah, Farrah's going to acknowledge that they had come across that information, and thanks on Mon Mothma for that, and goes on to say, well, I don't know how much you know about us, but it was really fate that brought us together. We haven't worked together previously as a group, so I cannot speak for everybody here, but personally I have no love for the Empire. I have seen firsthand how they treat non-human species, being an Athorian myself, and also through my work, and I personally would be willing to help out your rebellion. But as I say, I cannot speak for the rest of my happenstance companions.
Can I shout out from the back? Because I heard the word work.
Mm-hmm.
How much you offering?
Well, it depends on the task you take on. We would prefer that you offer your services, for the just general remuneration of expenses, but we understand that you're probably more mercenary than the larger believers to our cause. So remuneration can be discussed depending on the task that you're willing to take on. The question is, are you all in agreement for staying here, or would you like to be locked up? Because we cannot let you leave now. And she smiles at you.
I say that staying here is far better than the alternatives we have open to us right now. So, from my point of view, this is perfectly suitable. I don't mind giving you a little hand here and there if it jams up there.
Well, I mean, plus you're still under contract with me, so...
Yeah, that kind of helps too.
If there's a profit in it, I'm in.
Same here. If there's profit on it, I'm in.
Profit. You must be a pirate type of character, aren't you? There, and she looks at you, Lance, and it's like, I know the type.
I just
as long as it is not detrimental to the galaxy and does not impede upon the task that you would be assigned, or tasks, you're happy to take any side work or do any other things that you feel necessary to line your pockets with more credits. And she says that was enough sarcasm and disdain that you feel a little, you almost feel a little ashamed there, Lance, but The scoundrel in you just goes, "Yeah, it's money. I don't care."
Exactly.
Everybody in here just suddenly hears, because he's been really quiet up until now, big Wookiee go.
And what's he saying? What does Farah hear him?
Farah, you hear him, Trior, go, "I'm all for it. I got nothing else better. And I can kill the Imperial scum, keeping my people enslaved." He kind of looks at Krusk. And for Krusk's knowledge, since he's just joining us as a stand-in for right now, you note that, the Trandoshans aren't the nicest to the Wookiees either, and have been known to be running the slaving outfits. So,
Do I understand what she's saying?
nope, you don't speak, or you don't understand Wookiee.
Okay. Then I'd
That's-
say like,
I'm just going to translate that. I've forgot the Wookiee's name already. That
Trior.
Trior, that was it. That he is, for the benefit of Mon Mothma, I'm going to say he's also happy to take part in
I understood him.
whatever they have planned.
Okay, then. Well, in that case, if everybody in agreement here, including your speaking droid, as I understand, rather gauche.
I'm a droid. Why are you asking my opinion? Doesn't matter.
We are aware of certain droids gaining certain self-autonomies, and you appear to be one of them. Therefore, you have a choice as to what you wish to do.
Well, I want to fly some ships, so point me in the right direction, I guess.
Okay. Please wait here, and somebody will be with you shortly to get you settled in, and then we'll discuss your first task. Then she gives you a wry smile and stands up and leaves the room. And the door's locked behind her. So, you are now in the employ of the rebellion. And all that is commiserate with that.
Well,
Thoughts?
I'm happy as long as there's money involved. I'll get some credits. I do what needs to be done.
Same here.
A little later, not too long, a few minutes, appears to be a few Lance recognizes the insignia. It's a lieutenant of the rebellion. Please follow me. We have some rooms put aside for you, just to freshen up before we meet with the commander to discuss your first task. And guides you to some rooms. One for each of you. You don't have to share. How's that sound?
Does my room have a hairbrush? Because you see this fur. It takes a lot of brushing.
It even has a hair dryer for you.
I'm not
Washed.
that vain.
Yes, it has a hairbrush. Just each room seems to even be tailored for the race that you are. So, for
I
Farah,
think
there's
that's
a nice big tub with mud in it. If I'm not mistaken, that's what you like. Or at least big tub. For you, R5, there's a nice, the washing bath for droids, things like that.
Oil
So,
bath.
Oh, yeah, an
Oil
oil
bath.
bath.
yeah.
I was just about
It's
to
a nice
ask
little
about that.
oil change for him.
Yep. And stuff for everybody else. So, everybody gets freshened up, and the lieutenant comes around again a couple hours later. You do notice that the doors are still locked on these rooms. So while you're a party to things, they haven't told you that you couldn't walk around, but they haven't given you specific permission. So there's still a little bit of trust to gain with them. You're brought to the commander. Different conference room this time. You see some, it appears to be a planning room of some sort. You notice galaxy maps and, the planning, plotting boards up on the, around the room. No, it's you actually notice that it's, you didn't actually get a room R5. You were dropped off at the droid recharging base. So there's actually multiple oil baths. You didn't get a personal room.
Can I make a gathering information or information? We walked into the stream just to see what do I recognise any of the stuff? Because obviously I'm looking for information, just anything.
You can go right ahead.
Is that gather information?
Yes, and anybody else who wants to gather information is welcome to. Okay. Lance and Trior are the most observant to the fact that the galaxy map is just as it is, a galaxy map with no overlays or markings or anything else. And the planning boards are de-energized at this time. So everybody else is kind of like, ooh, goodies.
So they're basically not showing anything, any information of value.
Exactly.
They're keeping the cards close to their chest.
Yes. Wouldn't you, with a bunch of scum and villainy, a group like you?
It's good fun around, yeah.
There's a door on the opposite side of the room, and it opens, and older gentleman walks through, human, with two technicians. You guess from there, they aren't armed like the soldiers that you've seen, escorting you around and things like that. And comes in. I am Commander Ashmead. I will be planning this operation with you. Please sit down. Anybody sitting down?
Yeah, I guess we're all just...
Yeah, go into the time.
Do I sit on the table?
Cannot sit
Yeah.
down.
You welcome to. He kind of looks at you. I heard about you. So, for your first mission for the rebellion, and you'll appreciate the irony in this, we need some items recovered from an asteroid base near Tholaton. We understand you actually have great knowledge about it. And he smiles at you.
Those items wouldn't happen to be in a certain hut's position right now, would they?
Well, give the man a cookie. Yes. Sorry, I'm just making a note here. You came at a rather fortuitous time. One of our cargo ships was pirated, and we have tracked the contents of said ship to his base, or at least the general area, and that we did were able to identify that it was hijacked by operatives of Solster the Hutt. To that end, we require you to return to said base and recover said items.
How much is in it for us?
Well, I don't know.
What's the
Are you
cargo?
interested? Well, what ships do you have? What ship do you have to be able to do this?
I can't remember the name of it.
It's a YT.
We have a YT
2400.
2400.
24. Ah, yes. Do you have sufficient cargo capacity?
100-ton.
Goods. 100. You have 150, but
No, yeah, 150-ton.
yeah, you've got more than enough cargo space in there for gathering these items. We just need some information from you regarding the base to be able to, flesh out the plan. And so,
Is this the place where it was held?
Yes, this
Yes.
is Solstra's base. Or whatever his name was. It Solstra?
R5 would be able to give it the layout.
Yes.
Also, if we're going back to the huts, our ship, we have iron cannons that are not installed yet. And what else was it on our ship we had? Did we get a shield generator?
Torpedo tubes.
Yeah, we were moving some of the lasers around. We were putting in an ion cannon in place of one of the turrets, and then
And I
torpedo tubes.
remind-
Yeah. If we can
I
get that
remind-
done before we go,
that should be feasible. But let's get this download from the droid so that we see what the layout of the base is.
I plug into the computer and I give the blueprint that I stole, or whatever
Yeah.
I have on my database.
Yes. Oh, that sucks. I guess it's going to be stored there. Okay. So I'm just prepping. So they pull up. I'm just going to move. Let's try to do that. So, as we understand it, that is where you were held and the storage area. Not shown on here, but part of it is that there's actually an additional storage zone off to the left of this location here. And this location here is sort of let's put it mildly, the restroom for, or his room that he stays in for Solstra the Hutt, and then some of his guards are down there. And then of course the detention cells and overflow accommodations if they need them for people they don't like. Then you just don't see the other half of. Yes. Okay. Well, the items in hand were stolen, from what our timelines show, about a week before you all ended up at the base there. And from the data that the droid has supplied, thankfully no Bothans had to die getting it. Did it? Yes. It's still there. And with your activities and removing that shuttle, it looks like they haven't moved it yet. Perfect. Oh, but how do we get it out of the bay?
Pharaoh
That's going to be the trick.
raises a hand and asks, "What information do you have on the other part of the base? We learned while we were there that there was a hangar housing some fighters, but we didn't learn anything more than that."
So, out of game, I haven't had a chance to draw that up yet.
Okay.
This was kind of short notice for me, so I hadn't got a chance to drawing that part of the base yet.
I'm just kind of angling to know if the Empire would have some idea. Not the Empire. The Rebellion would have some idea if it's just like a couple of fighters or. Like...
Oh no! Because of the R5's information. There's a larger control center there with. It appears that there's a shield generator for the whole asteroid if it needs to deploy it. There is Medusa controls a large suite of, sensor equipment for detecting ships coming in. It's also got anti-sensor, anti-detection suite in there, so it can mask itself from other people's sensors. And then there's some extra, guard rooms. And there's like actually, the bulk of the guard rooms are in that section of the asteroid. They didn't feel that they needed a whole bunch, for security down on this end.
This cargo. What is it? It's not weapons.
And if you'll just let me finish answering the questions that the lady asked, then I can get back to you. As for the fighter bay, let's see. It's not that large, but that may work. But we'll have to see. From their loadout here, they have space for up to 6 of their fighters, but they only had, at the time you were there, 2 based within the asteroid. You did download that. Good. Yes, they've cycled through between 2 to 6 fighters at any one point in time.
That should be something our new ship can handle, I believe. She says with a querying note because she doesn't really know. She's just guessing.
Yes. Well, they're looking over some stuff. Yeah, okay, no, it won't work. I got their special camps there, so we won't be able to land it there. I'll get back to your question about the cargo here in a second. Looking and planning. We'll have to send it with them. Looks like the only way. Yep, I'll have to do that. Anyway, to latch it into the cargo bay. No. Can we make a modification to the cargo bay to allow it? Yes, we can. Great. You have no idea what he's talking about. You actually notice that he's talking to what appears to be a communicator. So he's actually talking to someone else that's not in the room with you. The cargo is going to be in 20 large containers in the second room from the data here.
Would this be a thing I could use a sense motive check for?
Yes, go right ahead.
Because I have an inkling of what he has in mind, and I'm just kind of... okay. Not probably.
Well, out of interest, what was your inkling?
That he wants us to smuggle in an assault force of some kind in the cargo bay, or smuggle something in the cargo bay that would then,
It wouldn't really be a smuggle job.
Well, no, that's true. I kind of have a plan-ish in mind, but we'll get to that when it seems appropriate to mention it.
I'm just hoping we didn't feed their weapons.
You're saying you had some upgrades you wished for your ship as well?
Yes.
Is everything on the ship available?
It is.
Okay. And he talks into his mic again, and
if they can
get it done. You heard. Okay.
If they can you throw in a shield generator?
You already have a shield generator.
I'll boost it, make it better.
We have other ships that require those.
Are they going to a place where we are?
No.
Then why not?
Because this is the task you're being given. We don't have enough resources.
Okay.
He turns around. Very well. We've discussed it. For this task, we'll throw in the fuel. We'll do the work on there. So I'm going to take that off and carry the one. 8,000 credits will be made available to you after the operation is successfully completed.
8,000.
You have to get those 20 barrels, or it's an all or nothing situation.
And we're only going to get 8,000 credits. We're going back to a place where the bounties on ahead are 200k credits. You know and it's not going to be hard for somebody to leak the information out that we're coming back there, and then they claim the reward. It won't happen, but 8,000, bump that up a bit.
Well, guess what? You're going back, and if you want to make a check the appropriate, make a will save, Lance.
Wisdom, no will. It's right down there. I don't have will.
Well,
Oh, sorry, my mistake. It's there. I was looking at wisdom. 1. Ooh, no, 16.
You don't want to fight the issue anymore. His authority overwhelms you, and you feel that you're trading on very, very thin ice. But 8,000 for this type of, just basically get there, grab something, come back, and especially with the other service, is not a bad deal either. So it's not mega profitable, but you're not losing money.
And we're getting a free ship upgrade as well. It saves us doing it. They're doing it for us.
Well, you can also be assured that it's going to be done right.
That's a very good point.
Yes. Yeah, you'll have to depart tomorrow then. We'll have the upgrades formed at that point. We'll have some final details for you at that juncture.
Is everybody in agreement? In agreements for this?
But you don't have a choice, do you? He looks at you again, and you feel you don't have a choice.
You don't like me, do you? But I'll do
I never
this.
said that.
I'll do this.
Okay.
If anybody else wants to make a
Fair
You're
at
welcome
this
to.
point pipes up. Well, I
You did agree with Mon Mothma to do this.
I may have an idea about how we can do this, although I do want to ask, this material we're recovering, is it very important to the rebellion? I don't wish to
We'll let you know
risk my
exactly
life
tomorrow.
about,
we're-
okay.
We're doing some final checks as to certain backgrounds.
I wondered perhaps then if we might not use the bounty that Solstra put out against us to our advantage, that perhaps we might gain entrance to the base in a more subtle manner.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that Crush could pose as a bounty hunter who's captured us.
Well, he was
That'll work.
he was at the base. The problem is we would need somebody who wasn't at the base to pose as a bounty hunter, turning us into the bounty to gain us entrance to the base.
I doubt it would be. I doubt it would be first time that the Heart sees somebody double cross another person. So,
But I could turn on you and do that way. But do you trust me enough?
I trust
That's a
Crush
question.
more to turn on us than I trust you. So,
Maybe both of us.
It's 100k in it for us each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good plan.
Like,
It's a good plan.
we'll consider it. We'll need to investigate some other.
I like the idea. I mean, if something goes wrong, I'll be safe at least.
Oh, you don't understand. You're part of the bound that's on everybody's heads, Krusk. So, you wouldn't be safe even if you wanted to. So, I just said that. So you're given leave, and it's like you have freedom of the base at this point. There'll be certain areas that you won't have access to, and do not try to access them.
I want to try and find the med bay, and I literally just want to go and see if they need some help in some way.
Not a problem. He hands out security pens to each of you. These will allow you access to the areas that you're allowed to go into. Just swipe it against the door. You'll be asked to hand it over identification and a security clearance. So, yes, even the droid gets one. They use a really big magnet and stick it to you.
I want to go check out as they fix our ship and retrofit it. I want to supervise.
Okay. So
That's
you're
exactly
going back
what
to the
I
ship.
want to
So
watch them do it.
R5 and lands ship. Farah's going to Med Bay. What do Jalip and Krusk want to do?
What was the place to look up the bounties? Would like to check on those.
There's the Galaxy Net. It's basically the Galaxy List is what it's called. You can find the type of stuff in because it does take a little while for the network to update, and as I get some of them, and depending on how much you want to pay for speed of communication and distribution, it can take some information can be. So
He wants to check on the latest space rally results.
exactly. So you have a computer in your. If you want to head back there, you're welcome to. Jalip?
Yeah, I'll do that.
And what does Jalip want to do?
Might as well help out retrofit the ship with the new weapons.
Okay. Trior is going to go and walk around the ship, walk around the base, see what he can see. All right.
Can I, while we're looking after the ship, can I look on the trade pages of the Astronet and see what's trading for good? You know, like stock market sort of thing, like where the profit is and stuff.
You'll make a computer use check to see if you're getting the most recent or aged information. It's you find the there, but for some reason it's about a week old. So,
Damn internet.
you may add a. It doesn't look like they signed up for the premier trading network. They just got the free access, so they don't get the latest updates. Trade is not high on the rebels list of priorities.
What about arms prices? Would that be on there?
You can same thing
Computer.
that you have access to. So,
yes. Well, that's a pencil apparently.
yep. You found that pencil lead is the best thing for weapons right at the moment. That just don't ignore power cells. Just use pencil lead. Is the big sale there, and you click on the link to go to the website or the Astronet site to look at it more and corrupt your computer system. R5 is not amused. Shooting over to the medical bay with Farah, you find it no problem. People give you directions. It's not a restricted area. You do find that there are people, the usual medical droids. There is a overseeing doctor that helps out, but the real lead seems to be rather annoying medical droid who is directing the other droids in the bay. And then there's just the usual, work injuries. Somebody's got a hand crushed, fingers missing, somebody got some toes.
Do you want me to make some
couple
kind
of abrasions?
Med check for all this? See if I actually amputate someone?
You, with your trained eye, you're able to pick that up pretty quickly.
Okay.
It's like there's nobody with blaster burns or dire injury. Somebody sucked in some, for lack of a better word, starfighter fuel. So he's in the back to tank getting some healing that way. So nothing too impressive here. To talk to the doctor. Did you want to?
I guess I'm just going to try and, I don't know, ask him just for some general information about the rebellion, like his sense of their intent and the kind of people that are working for the rebellion. I'm not trying to get tactical info or anything like that. I'm more trying to sense what they're about, if they're good people or not.
Roll a sense motive check, because when he starts talking to you, we'll see how much of it you get at.
Really?
He says, the Empire must die. They're horrible. They killed my whole family. Is he being just a little overzealous? Is he lying about something? You just don't quite understand why somebody would be that aggressive, and why is he really here? To the point that you just have to leave the med bay at that point, because he's totally...
Okay. I basically send him off on a rant.
Exactly, and it's just like you don't want to be there on it, so... yeah, the dark side is strong in this game session. You're able to, if you want to, there is a docking station for your data pad if you want to sync up and see if there's any new information to load into it before you leave. If you wanted to.
Can I see if I can get just some updated medical information or expanded medical information? Or
exactly.
Something like that?
That's what we'll do.
Okay.
Just roll a computer use check. You are updated and doing some treatment for hand grafts. How to graft a new hand on instead of using robotics.
Okay.
Sounds interesting. Why anybody would lose their hand, be able to just have it.
Oh, it's have to be awfully careless as an individual to do something like that.
Exactly.
So I'm not adding anything to any of my anything. It's just
it's you just seeing new treatments.
Okay.
Medical journal stuff pops up there that'll give you plenty of reading for the next few days, weeks, depending on how fast you. Nothing special, but just enables you to. The computer pad will still be very useful for quick reference for certain things while you're doing treatments.
Yeah.
Not under fire of gunfire or anything else like that. So, everybody at the ship, you are surprised at how efficient the technicians are at loading up the, pulling out the old guns, putting the. You'd get the feeling that they've done a lot of retrofits to other ships before, and this is now almost second nature to them. Does have a few droids working them. To R5's statement there, for the amount of weight that they're adding, it's minuscule to the fuel efficiency of the ship. You do have a day that you're able to dial in the engines and get a little bit more fuel economy and speed out of them if you want to. You can make a repair check.
I want to go for speed.
Well, you can do both.
Both, wow.
So just make a repair check, and you can add your diagnostic check onto there. Yep, you see the protocols. You see how it looks like we gotta just dial in that area there a little bit more. Hypermotivator needs to be tweaked in this little way. You're directing Lance and Jalip and Krusk to various duties. You are not happy with Lance because of him corrupting the computer system with some sort of virus for pencil lead. Gotta make a computer use check.
Is this to fix the computer?
Yes. Just don't
Did
roll a
he
1.
really download a virus?
You almost, yeah. You're able to your internal virus check system. You're able to purge the system, but you're not too happy with Lance with these free clicking through just various pages and such. So you're getting a turret with 2 ion cannons on them. The bottom turret still stays laser cannons. The remaining laser cannons get efficiently loaded in forward or rear firing. Which did you want? Somebody had mentioned that they wanted rear firing laser.
Both, but one in each direction.
You gotta choose one. The routing for the time that we have, we can only do one direction. And not the band.
Rear firing because we're gonna be running away from stuff instead of going towards stuff. No.
That's most likely what's going to happen.
You do realize that you have to be aiming your ship to fire these when you have them fixed in position. So it's usually better because of your ability to dodge and things like that to have them forward firing. Rear firing is if you got something just basically following you directly behind you type situation. One of the technicians points out to you, and I'm not even a starfighter pilot.
Well, form of firing this then.
Thank you. Forward it is.
Why'd you even give us the choice then, stupid guy?
Now,
Just do it.
did you want the concussion torpedoes to be rear firing? That makes sense because those track.
We have torpedoes
Yes.
as well?
Yes.
There we go.
Oh wow.
Just one launcher. And that's all you get out of it. We'll transition to the next day. You get called back into the same planning room. I understand the ship's ready to go. Is that correct?
A quick question: did I find anything with the bounties?
You find that there's a lot of people out there that have bounties on their head, from the girl being harassed by some guy to the Empire having bounties out on rebels and such to you guys. So you find a variety of bounties out there. It just depends. Are you looking to pick one up? Or
anything like that would be nearby or on the way where we are going?
There is a variety. The problem is just because the bounty was started in a specific area doesn't mean the target will be there. You'll have to stop it and do investigation. You could pick it up. You can download those and use them for later, but you don't get the feeling that you're gonna have time to do a side mission of that length before you need to get those crates back. So, but you can definitely look for bounties.
I'll download them and keep them in mind. Just have some sort of an idea what's going on.
Yep. And keep you there. That sounds very Kruskian. So, is there a bounty on the hut? Is there a bounty on the hut? I don't know. Did you want to look, Mark?
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna roll one again, aren't I?
You'll have to do a computer use check yourself.
Yeah. Where is it? You all ready for this one?
You don't find anything against the hut at this point.
Okay.
So, what? So you're at the planning there, and the commander Ashmead is really proud of himself. He's got his chest seems puffed out. Like, we took your infiltration plan into consideration, and due to the positioning of things there, determined that, and what we know of Sulstra, trying to bring in a bounty hunter to his main base would be a bad idea. The bounty specifically says give out a contact point and people will come to them. So that's not going to make it feasible to just show up at his doorstep and say, hey, I've got people. You'll be under suspicion. What we are going to do is we've got a A-wing available to that will travel with you and to unload the crates efficiently. We have the basically he describes it as like a mini cargo shuttle. So it's meant for just carrying a few crates at a time between ships and things like that. It's small enough to fit into your storage bay of your ship and then be able to zoom back and forth. We would like it back if we can. We had to take that off one of our capital ships, so their quartermaster was not too happy that he's going to have to use shuttle for small transfers. But this will allow you to get into the loading dock bay, the asteroid, as you won't be able to park your ship.
Did they have shields on the asteroid?
Yeah, you mentioned earlier they've got a shield generator, but it's round the other side where the fighter hangar is.
Yeah. So
is it always up or is it down? Because last time we contacted the mothership, didn't we? And just disabled it that way.
Well, you didn't disable any shield the last time.
Didn't we?
No. You disabled the docking bay force field, and that was you vacuumed to space a couple of bad guys.
Yeah.
So
I think of a plan as if we send the rebel, we hyper jump straight there. The rebel takes out the shield generator, and we jump straight into the bay, grab what's needed, and get out of there.
Well,
it's not gonna be that simple, is it?
It's never that simple. For the 20 crates we're looking for where you'll be parking, for moving them around, you're looking at least a couple of hours worth of work to move everything around. You'll have to, unless you're able to co-opt the loader droids that were at the base.
Yeah, I was about to say that. If we can successfully reprogram them, or if R5 can successfully do that.
To help move the crates to the bay, and then using the shuttle, transport shuttle here.
Is it possible to get R5 program to be able to override their subroutines?
I'll let R5 answer that for.
I already have a like a virus.
He is the
thing, right?
program. Well, no, you just make a computer use check R5.
You are the Matrix.
The Matrix was in me the whole time.
Exactly.
You know that all you have to do is get to a computer terminal, and you'll be able to give them an order from there in the base. You don't even have to connect to them. You just have to give them a specific task, and they'll go and do it. They're not super smart, but more annoying than anything else.
So we're talking about these barrels, right?
Correct.
These crates.
It's in the next room that you can't see, but it's
over here.
Yeah. So this corridor here basically just dead ends with the next storage. So you don't have to worry about anything in there.
Because I was thinking if we can just drill through this wall.
It's not that storage bay though.
No.
Yeah, but I realize that now.
Yeah.
Oh, we could still feed the stuff from in there.
Well, it's got doors. You can just go through them. You controlled them pretty easily last time. You know,
we still got all the armor and weapons on the ship. Suit up and go.
Yep.
If we're ready, unless anybody's got anything to do.
You know that if you just throw in a suit of armor, one of the light armor things like that, you'll be uncomfortable in it in your activities. That there's going to be definite detriments to you just wearing it.
How long will it take us to actually hyper jump there?
Same amount of time as it took us to get here. So like
make an astrogation check.
a couple of days, was it? It's like 2 days.
Astrogate. Is that the one?
Yep. You get that couple of day feeling. This isn't the movies. What do you expect? That you'd leave here and suddenly show up at the place? Psh. That's Commander Ashmead. Of course, travel across the galaxy takes time, even at light speed.
We definitely needed to learn how to bend time.
Yeah, he looks at you and goes, "Yeah, good luck with that."
Oh. Yeah.
All right, let's set off.
Yeah. If everybody's ready, maybe up for it.
I'm just looking for something here. Just give me a sec.
Farrah looks a bit discomforted at the thought of more fighting, but she does want to help the rebellion, so...
Help us by keeping us alive.
Liberating.
I'll do what I can. Just
Make sure you
don't
bring
get shot
crutches.
too much, hey?
Bring crutches, because I might need them.
Before I leave, can I actually make a copy of myself into like the computers at the rebel base?
Sure. Download your personality.
Yeah, cloud save.
Okay.
So you're uploading you're making a hard drive of you onto a copy.
Yeah, just back up.
Yeah, that's great. That's really good, actually.
The benefits of a droid existence.
I can't go into a bar, but I can do this.
Somebody will need to pull up the specs for your ship because you'll need it. So I don't have to reference anything else. Oh, look at that. Strange enough, I have something here. Perfect. I do have a reference on the same page. Better. You come out there and meet the A-Wing pilot. I apparently will be Candy 2, free Candy 2 to your free candy. 1. Yes, they have nicknamed you Flight Free Candy 1.
And you're Free Candy 2. Wink.
Yes. You are now ready to depart as you know, at any time. So
I'll start making the preparations for everything in the ship.
okay.
Checking all systems.
Just looking.
During the journey, by the way, I'd like to make a couple more. I keep forgetting which ones are which. Med packs and med kits. I know one's for wounds and the other's for just hit points, but I can never remember which one's which. Is it med pack for wounds? Or is it med kit for wounds?
Med kit is vitality points. Med pack is wounds.
Okay,
yes.
med pack is wounds. Okay.
So you have a couple of days. You can try and make some.
Yeah. So I've got
Okay.
36 worth of supplies left at this point.
I believe so. Yes. Just get something here. Raving. Okay. Alrighty then. So I need that. Don't you love it when I start mumbling to myself that I'm gonna need that, this?
Yeah,
Just
we're
makes you feel all warm and fuzzy.
like, uh-oh, what's he got planned?
Okay, got that there. Okay. The A-Wing takes off with you. You do notice that there's this small little... It's basically one person can sit in it, and it got cargo rails that can be extended to carry a variety of cargo containers behind it. Or the guy can swing around and then push with it as well. It's a neat little looking. Think of a forklift in space. That's exactly what it looks like. Just a little bit bigger because of the engines that it has. So, all right,
The
take
A-Wing,
off.
by the way, for those that don't remember, is the one that looks like a cheese wedge. Or a
Yes.
doorstop.
I don't have a ready
Would
picture
they-
for it, but
Were they yellow in colour?
I think they were mostly red.
they have a variety of colors. Yeah.
Just like literally Google A-Wing and a bunch of A-Wings pop up.
So you were going from Yavin,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
from there, and I don't have everyone back in there. And so you're from there, taking a trip down to there. It's going to take you a couple of days with the route that's plotted. You just to allow for recharging things like that, you'll probably make a couple of stops along the way. Make sure you don't A-Wing pilot following you who's going to give you support as needed.
Does he come across for food as well?
The A-Wing pilot, I mean, you notice he waddles a little bit to his ship. You would guess depends, but they don't make them that big. Not many people got that reference.
Sorry, I was looking at the chat there.
YT24.
My brain can't process different things at once.
Let's make.
Oh, can I do my crafting check just now?
Yeah, go right ahead. Your first stop, the A-wing pops out with you. You're able to make another in the time that you have.
Okay, I'll say another 2
in
of
any
each.
combination.
I should say 1 med pack and then... Well, actually, no, we'll go with 2
The
of each.
second stop, and the last stop, he's there as well. Okay. You're gonna have to, since you jetted out, and I know R5 downloaded the system information, so he has the rough location of where the asteroid would be right now. Give the final plot point to the A-wing and plot to head into the space. Face what you face there. Everybody ready?
Yeah, I'm just bringing up the specs of the ship we have.
Yep.
Light fighter, YT, one tier light fighter. Yeah.
Trior goes, "Murr," and Verret translates to Trior recommends that we probably want to man the gun turrets if we bounce in there, just in case. We did leave under fire last time. We may want to just be ready and not be caught surprised. So, there's 2 turrets. The people last time that manned them were Jalip and Krusk. If you don't have... what's the word I'm looking for? Krusk has... Starship Operation cargo ship or transport ship, you won't be able to add your dex to any attack rolls. So it's just going to be straight up attack for the ship values, the ship capabilities. Who's going to man the ion cannon and who's going to man the laser cannons?
What was that you need? That Starship Operation
Transport ship.
Transport. Okay, I have Starfighter only.
Yep. You're jealous that you weren't given the opportunity to fly the A-wing, but you haven't been spec'd out with the Rebellion yet on those. You're just like, damn it. So.
One day.
Yep. I don't believe Lance has that either.
I just have pilot. That's what I've got.
You're able to get in there. How good you are at it, yeah. You haven't decided what type of ship you want to do yet. You're still working your way up. So who's manning which turret? I'm assuming Mark and R5, Lance and R5 are piloting and guiding the ship, and then it's you'll have the control over the.
I'll take the ion cannons.
Okay.
Fire's having nothing to do with the guns.
Exactly.
And I'll take what's left.
Okay, you got the laser turret. Lance and R5 will control the torpedo launcher with 4 torpedoes. You didn't ask for any more from the Rebellion. And the forward-firing laser. Trior just goes... I'm the brains, it appears, is what he translates to.
Okay.
I doubt it.
Oh, we're getting feedback from someone.
Mark, I think.
Yep. Okay. You plot in the course, and so does the A-wing for the last bit. And he shows up there with you as well. You appear in the asteroid belt, and you start flying in towards where the asteroid is supposed to be. You don't seem to pick it up on sensors.
No asteroids. I'm gonna look through the windows and think, uh-oh, Star Destroyer, Death Star. Not good.
Well, you guys roll an intelligence check, everybody.
Okay.
And Cross Community goes, "You idiot."
You
And,
idiot.
just as Lance realizes what he forgot, Jalip so just goes. You see Krusk and Jalip in the back there, both just do palm to face. Oh, come on! They told us that they had, anti-sensors, cloaking type of thing. So of course we're not going to be able to detect it if they don't see it.
But we should be able to still see it.
This is an asteroid and an asteroid belt, and you're coming in from the outside of it. You didn't just shoot into the exact location.
We see the asteroids, but don't see it. Yeah.
Plus, it's an asteroid belt. It does kind of move a little bit, so
Guessing
because you only jetted back into them.
we're talking Star Wars asteroids here rather than actual asteroid belt.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
R5, can you remember the size, roughly, what it was? The size of the asteroid we left?
Can I?
Yeah.
What do I roll for that?
Roll an intelligence check.
Let's hope it's higher than my 14. It's a 15. It's higher.
Yeah, if you get to within, a visual scanning range, you'll be able to determine it easy enough. It's just a matter of getting into there. There's a couple asteroids that show promise, but with the sensor block up right at the moment, it's a little difficult. So just give me a sec here as I do.
R5, can you find a signal out here?
What kind of signal?
Signal that's blocking our sensors. Can you override it? If you can. If you know the signal.
Can I get Zaki?
Oh, make a computer use check. Survey says, you look up at Lance and go, you do realize that the whole thing behind a jamming is that you can't counter jam it easily. That
Can you triangulate the signal from the jamming source?
Make another computer use check.
Sorry, R5.
You're close. You're able to communicate with the A-wing pilot, and he's picking something up as well. So he flies out a little bit wide, and you get the general direction, which narrows the asteroids that you're looking for. It's at this point that your visual signatures pick up some vessels heading your way.
Right, crew, man up. This might be the time. Man your stations. Get those weapons ready, just in case.
And just give me 1 sec to set up your predator.
We might have a welcoming committee, and I don't think they're bringing cups of tea to us.
Okay. Let's go here. Voila. And that is what you see. You have one A-Wing with you. You're in your YT. And you're facing 3 HUT fighters. Roll initiative. Just the pilot. Actually, the turret guys, you can also roll initiative if you want to. Well, hell. And well, guess who's going? So we'll take it off the pilot skill, and then each of your initiatives after that. So. You get a funny feeling that the A-Wing pilot is not the best that they have out there for some reason. And your ship has a... disappeared too. Okay, so that's your initiative 15. Okay, you're still a little too far out of pew pew. You're still too far for the laser. You would have to be in a capital ship to be shooting at this distance. If you remember correctly, it's 0 to 1 squares for point blank, 2 to 5 for short, and you do have. I think we worked out that you had medium capability, correct? Pull that up.
Can I put the shields to the front?
They're basically the shields auto, calibrate themselves. So they'll, if you take off points, they'll settle in there. If you start getting low, then you can start concentrating them, and at that point, that they'll be more durable at that area. See this. Yeah, you don't have medium range capability, so you're stuck to 5 squares out. So you're gonna have to wait for them to close in.
5 small squares, yes.
Yeah. So they're gonna have to be really right on top of you. Size of square to size of misrepresentative. It's purely for aesthetics. So would you like to kind of maneuver here and let them close in on you to get the drop on them? Or did you want to move in closer and give them an opportunity to...
Who's first? Myself?
You are first. You have a max of attack.
How... do I want to do that now or wait?
Which allows you to move 5 to 8 squares in any kind of direction, and you can go up to that speed.
like to maneuver my ship above the A wing. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Here,
7, 8. Yeah, so I'll be 2 spaces above the A wing, him below me.
can I?
Because it's 3D, isn't it? Space.
Well, we're going to go more in a 2D.
Okay.
If you,
I'll make simple. So 2D.
yeah. So, did you want to actually like move up there? Is what?
Now I was thinking of moving the ship closer to the A wing.
Closer.
And let them come to us. So
Okay.
do we know their range?
Yeah, they're about the same as you. So when they can shoot at you, you shoot them.
Yeah. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Right. That's it, I suppose.
Gunners, what would you like to do?
Is there a way to like ready action or hold
Yep.
turn or
Yeah,
something like that?
you can ready an action if you want, so that if they're coming to range, you can fire immediately either at the medium, the short range, or at point blank, depending on if they come in. So you'll have to choose which range you want.
Which short roll or point blank?
Yeah, short range or point blank.
Okay,
Two
I'm
options.
just ready for short range if they open fire on us.
Okay. If they open fire, okay.
Yeah.
Jalip, what would you like to do?
I just ready to take a gun for short range, and I don't
Okay.
care if the fire at us or not. I am going
Yeah,
to fire first.
Okay, you're not as benevolent as Krusk did. This point, okay. Yep. Yeah, we'll just all three close in to there, and make your attack roll, please. Which one do you want to attack first? Top to bottom is 1, 2, and 3.
Number 1.
1. Okay. Make your attack roll.
Is this just a straight up D20, or do I add any modifiers?
You get the standard ship interlinked fire control, so you get a +7. You miss horribly. And
Goddamn old rust bucket.
Warning shots.
warning shots, and much Krusk's chagrin, they open up back on you. Okay. If I could spell roll, jeez.
You can also just do like a /R. That's enough.
Oh, well, that makes it even easier. They come pew 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 and firing at you. The first two hit the ship with no problem. The second one misses, and damage is Yeah, that hurt. Somebody's crying there from being hit by laser fire. Oh, sorry, not 1d20.
What's our ship self?
So you have
60.
55 points taken off your shields, and if I remember correctly, you have 60 points. So you got 5 points of shields left.
And then what's the ship?
And then you get into your hull damage.
What can I have the total for the hull damage? So I can
120.
120, because I might have to hit the hyperdrive. Get too low.
It is now Krusk to take his shot.
All right. What do I roll for that?
Roll a d20 plus 7. And you miss. Actually, was definitely 15. You actually hit.
Ooh.
So roll, since you've got the laser cannons, roll 4d10.
40 then.
Or actually, yeah, d10. 33. Jeez. Which
That's
one
where the rolls were.
By the way, were you shooting at 1, 2, or 3? By the way.
Whichever one hit us.
So it's 1 or 2, so we'll just take it off. So. How about just do it then? So I'm just gonna keep track of hit points here. Okay. You definitely just see a trace line of turbo laser or laser cannon hitting the first Hut fighter. He's still operational.
If we were packing turbo lasers, that would be pretty impressive.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Don't be mean to the GM, damn it.
Nitpicking, sorry.
Can I boost shields to the front now?
Like I said, you can boost them to the front, but you don't know where they're going to be shooting at you next. So, beginning of next turn, you'll get some shield back. A whole size. Why can they never just do this easily? Size small. You will gain 2 whole shield points back. And we'll leave it to R5 to track that. Okay, A-Wing. This guy is reckless to the extreme. And he comes in for point blank shot. Strange enough, I have specs for next. Just need to dig in quickly. And if it wasn't on the next page. Wow. Yeah. He definitely hits that guy. But he does. To number 3, so it's down. Okay. Top of the round, we have Lance. What do you want to do?
Do I have any access to any weapons?
You've got the front lasers. You can shoot at either number 2 or number 3. That one or that one, but that'll leave you semi-stationary. If you do, you can.
My weapons are all facing forward as well, so.
Well, you've got the The
Concussion grenades facing rear.
concussion to rockets facing rear, but that means flying past them or turning around and then giving you a rear. But you have turrets at that point, so.
But we've put our shields to the front as well, so.
You can do some fancy maneuvers here to not take a stationary penalty. Stay where you are.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're doing 2D as well, aren't we?
Huh? Yeah.
Doing 2D.
Again, it's
Relative.
relative. So.
Push the joystick forward, go down, pull up, so I come underneath them.
Okay. So you're still staying that same distance away? Five squares?
Yeah, same distance, but coming up underneath them. Will I still be able to fire, or is that gone?
Oh yeah, you can still fire.
And I'll fire in the middle one.
Okay. The undamaged one. Go right ahead and make your roll.
Right, and what do I need to roll for that? Just a natural training.
Just roll a 20 plus, what did I say, 3.
20 plus 3. Right. Oh God. Is that right? No, I'm making it.
Backslash.
Roll D20 plus 3. Enter.
So backslash R space 1D20 plus 3.
Yes! I've done it in the end.
Alright, you hit the middle one. Roll 4D10.
This is the bad side of playing a pacifist. I have to sit here and do nothing for a long while. Oh well.
It's okay. Once we start taking hull points, I'll be scrambling around fixing stuff, and I'll need your help.
I'll be doing my best.
How hard is it to type?
Very hard.
Apparently very hard for me at times.
D.
Farah, plug that hole with your body.
D10 times 4.
Well, roll 4D10, not D10 plus 4 times 4.
Why is it?
You want me to roll for you?
Just that, but with slash
Put a
in
backslash.
front.
Yeah. So just cut and paste that and put a slash before the R.
Okay, let me just that. Yeah. Copy, paste, send.
Put a slash before the R.
I'm having one of those moments today, I think.
Yep. Chris, why don't you just roll it?
No.
Yeah.
21. Moving on. We are to Jalip. Who are you gonna shoot? And are you gonna shoot?
Yes, I'm going to shoot.
Okay.
Which one? I shoot at the one shot out last, number 1, if I can.
Okay. That one there. Bullet. You actually hit this time. And the ship goes, starts spinning out of control. And I don't know if you can see that, it's doing that. Can you see the icon moving or not?
No, I can't
No.
see the icon moving.
Damn it. I was spinning it, so it spins out of control and away from you guys. You know, sort of like a certain Darth Vader spinning away from Death Star into space. Okay. You successfully did that. I love this statement. Iron weapons do not deal hull point damage. Instead, any hit by an iron cannon deals damage against the ship's system. When you look at the description for ion, it doesn't give you a roll. It just says special. So roll 4d10, Jalip. Or make it 2d10. Make it 2d10. Okay. We'll see how well that works for him to repair himself and potentially come back. To Krusk, who are you going to shoot? Are you going to shoot?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot. Is it the one that I shot before still flying, or?
Yep.
Okay.
3 is still
Okay.
flying. Okay.
Oh.
You miss. It is
Distracted
there.
by the destruction of the other one.
Yep. These fighters now zipping around. And he tries to come in behind there, trying to shoot at the A-wing. And misses. A-wing is still around. This one comes in closer. He's wanting to do point blank, you guys. Oh, and he hits. You're feeling the love right now. Your shields go poop. You did get 2 points back last round, so you had 7, so you take 11 points of hull damage.
Ouch.
Thankfully, he just got a glancing to the A-wing. He zips around. Doo-doo-doo. He's doing his little spiel. And he hits. Well, it's a good thing that he is, because this is... vaporized. And kills off that one. And we're to the top of the round. Lance, you've got a fighter right in your face.
Are we?
You've got another one spinning out of control away from you.
We're double armored plating, aren't we?
No.
No.
You'll get 2 shield points at the end of your turn. Yes. R5 is working hard to get the shield.
R5. Is it worth ramming it?
Busy.
Crush, do I hear that actually? If I do, I shout back, like, yes!
Okay, you guys want to try and ram another?
I'm just going to go straight through it.
Farrah just hears some shouting back and forth from, like, she's through in the passenger compartment area, like the lounge area. She suddenly feels very worried for some reason.
Jalip, well, Krusk apparently, or Jalip, are you gonna let that?
Ramming is not advised. Fucking morons.
Oh,
Shoot
he's not fast enough.
babies. Have they never heard about getting stuff in space?
You can. Since your initiative is a little bit ahead of Lance's, did you want to act on that or not?
Can I override or just shoot the last one?
Yes, you can. If you can take the shot at him, you just swing the guns around when you hear that. So you hit and disable this guy just as you're shooting in. It knocks him off. You guys come flying through. because suddenly he just punched it. So, thanks to Jalip's fast response, you didn't kill yourself, and it wouldn't have been the GM's fault at that point.
You missed it, Lance.
This guy up here, he has a little... This guy, suddenly, you see the first one that Jalip disabled seems to be righting himself and is turning around to come back at you. The second one is still there, spinning off. It's... and he's righting himself as well. So it looks like they'll be coming back at you shortly. You're just a little out for Krusk to shoot at them. But Krusk was like, ram him!
Yep.
Giving support. A-Wing spins around. He goes in for close attack on 2. And hits. Let's see. That one toast. Did he? No. He did not. That one is not happy right at the moment, but as it has nowhere else to go, we're at the top of the round. Lance, what do you want to do?
Handbrake turn.
Okay.
To the right. Bring the ship front armor around to face the other 2 ships. Move 1, 2, 4. Move 2 squares diagonally. 1, 2.
Okay, closer.
Yeah.
All right.
And then fire at the one that's just the
That
first one that came around. The top one.
Top one. Okay. Make your roll.
No. What was roll again? Sorry.
/R 1d20.
Well, and +3, wasn't it?
Yes.
+3. Roll.
You actually hit. Roll 4d10.
There we go.
He is crippled but not out. Jalip, who you want to shoot at, if you want to shoot?
I want to shoot at the one who's facing, who's coming towards us right now.
Okay. Make your attack roll. You hit. Roll 2d10 again.
But that's 2d1.
Oh, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Wow,
no,
well, not much
a little
better.
bit too fast, sir.
Okay, this guy is not having a good day as he tumbles out a little bit. And Krusk, who do you want to shoot at? You can shoot at either one.
One of them was like disabled, the other was spinning out of control.
Yeah, so spinning out of control is this.
Yeah, I want to shoot at one.
Okay. 1d20 plus 7.
Ooh.
Roll d10 times 2.
So shall I just roll 4d10 and double?
Well, let's put it this way. He only has 1 whole hit point left. All you had to do was hit him and he was toast. So you go for the extra effect and vaporize the whole ship into a big ball of bright light
And that's how you do it.
Yeah, you don't leave it to chance. Okay, the other hut fighter, he's like, shite. Turns on the A-wing, does some fancy flying around, and misses. Does he? No, he hits. Oh, that's gonna hurt. So the A-wing pilot is not happy with life as he knows it. Actually, he doesn't. He shrugs it off. He has shields. Okay. And he goes, "Die, hut," as he closes in and takes a shot at the hut. Hits. And blows him out of the sky. You have successfully taken care of the hut fighters.
Can I try to repair those 11 hull points of damage?
Unless you want to go climbing out and you have all the... No. Your ship now is 11 hull points down from nominal. Your shields will slowly regenerate. You'll be fine. Or you can shut them down, a while to let the capacitors recharge a little faster. So,
like just to let everyone know, there is still a possible 3 more fighters out there.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah, we've taken 3 out of 6. So, right.
Okay.
Bombing raid.
The jamming signal is still on, but you have a general idea where it came from. Roll a astrogation check R5. Okay, and roll a computer use R5. Using your skills, for some reason these guys came out at you. You're able to determine from their flight path, because apparently they weren't too bright, which asteroid out of the couple of options that you had for the general area of the jamming raid is the one you want to head to. And you guys start coming in closer, and you pick up you can actually now see the asteroid. The jamming signal is now due to your proximity. You're able to pick up where the detector is, the transmitter is. A-wing goes over, blasts away. It's like you notice that there's no shields on at this time in there, which is kind of strange. Seems the fighters just came flying out. But he switches off the jamming device so that he'll actually be able to have sensors working in this close proximity. So if anybody else tries to show up, you'll be able to detect them. And
can I ask free candy to go and take out the shield generators? I know they're not even up, but we take them out so we can get out. Free candy too. This is free candy. Can it possible to take out the old shield generators?
Can you identify them? They seem disguised. Can you detect them? My sensors can't pick them up. Roll a computer use check. There, Lance.
Okay, let's bring it back up.
Okay, now do a search check. Okay, you're like here, and plot the points out, the coordinates, and A-wing flies around and tum, takes him out. It's like, okay, shield generators are taken care of. Yeah, he's living the.
Thank you, 3 candy. 2. 3 candy.
As he's flying back, it appears the fighter bay is empty. No ships in it. Putting a scan. Who wants to do a scan of the base? You did a external scan, but if you want to do a penetrating scan, the jamming signal is off and the shield generator capability is off.
And what would that be under?
Who's going to do it? That's what I'm asking. R5 or Lance or anybody else?
I think R5 should do it because I've just rolled it pretty good, so I don't want to tempt fate. That one's going to sneak in there.
So roll computer use, R5. And then roll a search. You detect that there is nobody on the base.
Do I
At all.
detect explosives?
Well, you'll have to get up close and personal to find out.
Well, let's go do that then.
Okay. You work out as we transition to here.
We're going to have to dock, right, rather than
And that's what
docking
I'm
collar
getting to.
rather than...
If you do a really piloting check to be able to get the people out into the base, you could probably park right up against the force generator, push the droid out to have him go and manipulate some of the stuff there, and be able to extend the, put your ship halfway into the or a little bit into the force field generator, and have people on dock at that point. Otherwise, you'd have to take, one at a time using the. It's bigger than that. My God, I click on.
I'm feeling uneasy now. There's no readings of any life.
Whose drawing is that, and can you remove it, please? Whose drawing is that?
Not mine.
R5.
R5? Yeah, because it's red. Okay. So, Lance, make a pilot skill check.
I'm not happy about this. This don't seem right.
You are able to just barely, get it in the right place there. R5 is unceremoniously pushed through, and thankfully, I think, didn't you have like little jets there, R5?
I think no. I mean, that's in like the movies, but I don't think I have them.
You got a telescopic appendage. You
I
got a flamethrower. You're able to utilize your flame.
I have a fire extinguisher. I can push myself.
There we go. So it's not too far. You go through the bubble of the force field.
I'll just expect.
You're able to do some remote control of it. Yeah, it's meant to keep air in, not ships out necessarily. You're able to finagle it, and now everybody. Okay. You can drag your tokens. Why is it not letting? There we go. Somebody party wants to stay with the ship.
I'll stay with the ship.
Trior says he'll get the little. So put you in that corner there.
Yep.
You, yeah, what's nice. There we go. You're the mechanic. Trior is working on being the capture guy.
And I'm going to plug in and give the command to the loading droids to start loading our ship.
Is that what everybody wants him to do first? Jalip?
No,
Sure.
R5. Please look and see if there are any hidden booby traps, like self-detonation devices and stuff like that, before you try and load the ships.
Okay.
Seems like a good idea to first check what's happened here, and
Is
then
that a computer use or a
do
search?
computer use. Yeah. Did you actually roll badly there?
Yeah,
First
I did.
change?
I have a plus 12.
You pick up that everybody abandoned the base here like a day ago. They left a token force just to keep things protected. They just left the jamming sensors on there to try and keep it hidden from anybody just coincidentally looking for it. But your path and rival seemed a little too direct, hence why the fighters scrambled and came out after you. They weren't expecting to be as easily beaten. Thankfully, they weren't that good of pilots. After you guys had escaped, Salstra was not too happy, had another ship come and pick him up. They are planning to come back, but he needed to get more manpower, so he just basically shut down the base for right now. More personnel to come back and man it, type of situation. But everything is still here, and nothing seems to be booby trapped.
Okay, I'm going to let everybody know, and then I'm gonna. Are there still droids here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I programmed the droids to start moving the cargo that we need into our ship.
Okay. Thankfully, the one that you had in the cargo bay here did not get sucked out. They start.
They're my friends too, right? Because I helped them.
They don't differentiate that at all. So.
Well, they're my friends.
Exactly. Well, as friendly as a single-minded operating droid can be friendly towards you. They're not broken, so they're not annoying. Let's see, too.
So the base is totally empty, apart from what we've just taken out.
Yep, just give me a sec here.
Yep.
You now have free run of the base. You find the 20 crates. Sure, and they totally ignore you because you ordered them to. R5, trying to fist bump it. Droid that has no fist. You can easily fit the 20 crates into cargo. Is that all you want to take?
Check the other crates for more stuff.
We are basically looting everything we can.
You're like, Candyland, Candyland.
Yeah.
We still have like a radio. We have communicators so we can talk to the A-wing pilot, right? We're still in.
Yeah.
We're still linked with him.
you
So he's
are-
going to let
yeah.
us know if anything happens outside.
And Lance is at the ship, so
Okay.
He's keeping the engine running.
Yeah, and he's keeping an eye on sensors.
Yeah.
Basically, you guys get your 20 crates, which takes up about 50 tons worth of space, and clean out this base to the hilt. There is, you even get tempted to, but you know, better logic goes, let's not be too overzealous. Start unbolting beds from walls and as like that seems a little extreme.
No, not something so crude. I want to take the shield generator with me, if I can.
Oh, you mean the 3 that were destroyed?
Oh,
Was it blew up?
I thought there was one inside the base too.
Yeah. Good luck getting a capital ship-sized shield generator into your.
Imagine the shield generator on Hoth. It'd be that kind of size.
Yeah, you're not fitting it into there anytime soon. So.
Aw, you always have to curb my enthusiasm.
I go check the toilets.
As they're like,
Are you going to
They're
unscrew the
still
light
super
bulbs as well?
No, strange enough, the thing about it is that you affected the toilets here in the detention wing. You also killed everybody that was in the detention wing, so nobody was around to actually use them. So,
is there any sign of why there's nobody here? Has it been like deliberately mothballed and stripped out, or has it just been left as is? Or?
It was just temporarily abandoned. That's why they left the 3 fighters and the jamming system on. Just to kind of, the 3 guys were like, woohoo, card days, we don't have to do anything stupid. Nobody's going to find us. Oh, shit, somebody found us. Solster basically took the couple of 3 people that beyond that with him when his backup ship arrived to go on a recruiting drive for more lackeys type situation. So basically his main entourage of guards, he had to supplement with the control staff from the control side of the asteroid, and you have now cleared him out of all the good stuff that he had sitting in the base.
So
I have a question for you. If you're up for it, how do you feel about this base being operational when he comes back for it?
I'm also wondering what the Wookiee's reaction is to being back here.
He goes puddling off and comes back with some data pads, cred sticks. It's like, idiot left all the stuff behind. And
so
comes back with he also comes back with a large rucksack, and you're guessing it's the stuff that he had to leave behind due to.
Yeah, because he wanted to get some stuff, didn't he, when we left originally?
Well, he got those quick 4 crates, but he wasn't able to go back to his quarters because they were over in the control side of things. So he went running off and grabbed his few personal belongings, picture of the tree that he grew up in, that type of stuff. His favorite leaf collection. And the such. So
I like how
you can. What was that?
I like R5's idea. So when we leave, put the defenses back on and target their ship.
No. Why would you want to do that? Why not just blow up the bloody thing? It's much easier.
There are no automated defenses. You destroyed the 3 fighters that were left here, and the shield generator is toast. There is the power generation unit that you
That's
could
what I want R5 to look into. I want R5 to look into it and see if we can overload this power generator so the base, shall we say, explodes in nice fireworks.
You get the feeling, R5, that's not going to happen anytime soon. That these droids will be kept at this base and have been here for a while. They're not going to be loaded onto a ship per se. May load stuff onto a shuttle to a ship, but that's about it. Plus, that's programming that you don't. You'd have to roll well to do that, and you don't have the time to do it. But it is possible to do what Jalip is recommending.
Okay, let's do that. Can I actually bring the loading droids with us?
Yeah, you can. You can.
Yeah, I command them to get on board our shuttle so that we don't have to manually unload this.
Okay. Well, let's put it this way. The space forklift takes all the crates over. It's getting rather tight in the cargo hold at that point. He tell the two loading droids to clamp onto it and the next trip, and people will go there. Roll a look at R5s. I need you to roll a demolitions check first. Okay, you can definitely set this to blow. And then what's the best one for it? Roll a computer use. Okay. You're able to set it to blow. The time when it's going to blow, you're not sure. You didn't quite get the settings there.
Can I assist R5 with the computer use check?
Make a demolition check to see if you understand what's going to be going on. Now make a computer use check. You're like, did I push the wrong button? And R5, as he says, leg it. Everybody on board. Time to go.
Uh-oh.
Jalip pushed the red button, not the blue button.
That sounds bad. Farah doesn't know why everyone's suddenly hurrying back to the ship, but figures it's probably a good idea to follow them.
Yes, it's not a bad idea, let's put it that way. Lance, make a piloting check.
Okay. You all seem to be in a hurry. What's the problem? What's the problem? I'm just looking for this.
Oh, nothing serious. Just some unforeseen.
Oh shit!
We're all going to die.
Everybody make a reflex.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Reflex. I don't know.
Oh, we are all just doomed.
Where's reflex? I can't find it.
Oh, you don't have to make it. You're flying. You're the problem.
Be the problem or the wall the problem?
Okay, if you didn't hit a 15, which means Jalip is the only one that passed, everybody takes 8 points of vitality damage as he kind of crashes into the shield generator, knocking the asteroid a bit, knocks you off your feet, and just as you're running up, you're not happy with his piloting. You only have 8 vitality total, R5? I thought you had more than that.
By the way, speaking of vitality,
No, that's it.
for some reason I have current is 17 and total is 10. I don't know if there's something wrong here.
Let me have a look. Oh, sorry, I just hadn't updated that. So yeah, it's 17 and 17.
Okay.
So basically, just to give you an idea, vitality is your vitality and wounds together, your total health package, if you want to call it that.
I read up on that a little bit.
Okay, perfect. Okay, R5 at 0. Crap, now I have to look up what going to 0 does to him. Why do you have to be so difficult, R5?
But we can reboot R5 because he has downloaded himself at the computer back at the other place.
Well,
he likes his body as it is.
how does wounds work for a droid? Man, you better not be messing up the cannon here, R5. You've still got to be on that sand crawler to meet R2-D2. Don't forget.
Crap. Where is?
So I've only got 3 left.
Death.
Natural 1 was escaping.
You're all able to board now that he's parked the ship against the asteroid. I'm gonna make one more roll. As your ship takes 29 more hull point damage for his crappy driving.
I swear to God, Lance, even a blind nerf herder could drive better than you.
Okay, you are. You're still mobile there, just barely. By the way, R5. You're not happy with a certain Bothan at the moment. Like, that must be the worst idiot savant I've ever seen.
I like to think he lets out a swear that just can't be translated into human language. It's like a droid speak swear. So we just get this long sequence of beeps.
Yeah,
Just a sequence of ones.
You all get on board. Everybody comes. Did you want? Why did you change your name to D3? Oh, you're supposed to be D3. And do you want to let the Bothan pilot?
Can I close doors behind? Can I close the pilot's door?
Yeah, you can hit the emergency.
Oh God, I'm in so much trouble.
Make a piloting skill again there, please, Lance. As everybody gets on board and you close it and you start pulling away.
Good luck trying to do
everybody has to make it through
astrogation by
these.
yourself.
Well, he's just piloting away. He's not doing a jump. Wow, look at that. You pull away so smoothly, nobody even notices that you left the docking position after the door closed behind them.
Can I punch it?
Not quite yet, but you need to get out of the asteroid field. So,
Is that exploding, by the way?
you do notice there seems to be what would appear to be a vent, that there's like a outgassing or something like that coming from it. It's like an exhaust port of some sort for
Probably
energy.
don't want to be just sat here next to the thing for too much longer.
So have you told him that you want to get out of there quickly?
Who actually knows the thing is blowing up? Because I just saw everyone running past, so I joined them.
Probably get out of here right now.
Okay. Make another piloting skill there, Mark. Lance, sorry. You duck, dive, weave, duck, dive, dodge, and duck again through the asteroid field as to use the example of Jango Fett dropping that mine, boom, as the asteroid just detonates behind you. The way you're still within the range of the wave, but your shield systems are ready if you want to engage them.
Yeah, definitely engage his shields.
Okay. And prepare for a nice rough ride. Make a piloting skill, Mark. Taken over from you.
Oh God.
we are definitely all going to die.
He is less stable riding a wave than he is from crashing into and pulling away from another vessel. The ship doesn't take any damage, but everybody else takes 14 points of damage.
Horrific saves?
I'm out.
Oh.
I'm unconscious.
I'm unconscious.
I'm
Yeah, same.
dead. That's all my points. Every last one of them.
So with hit points, when it goes below 0, do you take it down below 0, or do you start subtracting from wounds? How does it work?
Let me get back down there.
This is a good point to find out how wounds work, I suppose.
I will allow anybody with a repair skill 1 roll to save the droid. Basically, you see that of him like about to explode.
Oof. Good save.
Jalip basically knows exactly where the emergency power down switch is. And R5 is horribly hurt at this point. We'll be rolling some quirks for him in the next adventure, but the A-Wing pilot's following up and goes, "Okay, you guys ready to go?" And you're like, "Can you give us where we need to jump to? Our astrogation droid is down, and we don't trust this guy."
Who's left that's conscious right now, by the way?
I'm out.
I'm still awake.
I have -5 vitality.
So it seems like it's just Jalip and the droid right now.
Actually, and Trior's up as well.
Oh, and Trior, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Right. I want to take 10 on the astrogate check.
So,
Do they know that I locked the door behind me?
He's able to get by and get into it. So, pilot's dead.
So how does this work with unconsciousness and wounds and all the rest of it?
Oh,
I can't even
jeez.
heal people because I'm knocked out.
No. Well, no.
It's no good having a medic if they're the first to keel over.
Well, you didn't take any damage with the first impact because it was the ship, there. So you're actually at 0 vitality. I'm just doing it here.
I'd still be effectively -2 at that point.
So you're at 4 wounds total. So you're wounded there, Lance.
Wouldn't I be? Because I took 8 to begin with, and then another 14, and I only had 11 total.
So you're down to 1 wound point.
Yeah.
Current. No, you're down. You're at. I corrected you there.
Okay.
So you were at 12. That would have been 4, 10. So you're at 3 wound points total and 0 vitality. Farah. Because it was 8 and then 4, 14, right? Wasn't it? Yes. Because you have a net total of 25 total points. You only took 22, so you had 3 wound points. So you're hurting. Check Krusk's values.
I'm just changing it right now.
22, 5. So yeah, just make 0 vitality.
It wasn't because there was a massive firefight. It wasn't because we walked to an ambush or a trap. No, it was purely just the ones on the piloting checks.
Yeah.
If we didn't have to go and blow the place up.
Jalip
I'm
is.
guessing, do I also need to make the fortitude saving throw? I'm just reading this now.
Yeah. Just give me a sec here.
Okay, sorry.
I'll have to just get everybody to where they are. 17, 5, so 9. Okay. I'm still up and looking. Is that because
I'd already subtracted the 14 damage you took.
well, you took 8 and then 14, don't forget.
No, I didn't take 8 because
You made the save, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so my bad. So you're at 3 vitality.
that's also why I asked
14,
if there was a reflex save for the second failure here, but
No, this was everybody got hammered by it, and basically, think of because you weren't strapped in, everybody was moving around in the cargo bay and whatnot, trying to get up there, and you got hit, and his piloting wasn't able to roll it at all. Everybody got thrown around. Jump around. Jump around. Yeah. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay. Da-da-da. For everybody that didn't nearly die, roll a fortitude save right now. So Krusk definitely made his. Farah, how many?
The DC is 5 plus the number of wound points lost.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that now. Farah did not pass, so you're knocked out, I believe.
Do you want me to make one as well?
Yes.
I have a -2 as well. That's not bad. Unconscious?
Let's just check. That would be Lance. No, you're fine. You only took 3 wound points total. So you only needed to hit an 8 and you rolled a 9. Farah needed to roll a 15 and rolled a 10. So Farah, your only medic, is knocked out. And the A-Wing pilot says, okay, you guys okay? Looked like you got hammered pretty hard.
Yeah, our pilot, he slipped on his banana peel or something like that. I don't know. He apparently had a hard time gripping the piloting stick.
By the way, you do see like a streamer of stuff coming off the A-Wing. He did take some damage from that, but because he's strapped in, he doesn't bounce around as easily.
So he took damage from
the blast wave. The ship did.
Yeah, he's still separate from us. So it's like
yeah. Well, I can still jump. Can you guys jump?
Let's check the assistance and see if what we have over here.
All right, make a computer use check.
And,
yep. Everything's still good to go. You probably don't want to push things too much, but you can make a couple of jumps probably. You roll anybody with the astrogation that's still up, go ahead and roll it.
oh, I have that one.
Mark, I didn't know you were still up.
I'm not unconscious.
Based on the information, Trio comes over and goes, and you don't understand him at all. So he's like, he starts typing in so that because the one person that can understand him is knocked out. It's like we good to fly back to Yavin, basically. So punch it. Hits the command to.
Like, I don't trust this pilot. Let me fly.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of saying that.
Yeah, he's held under house arrest for incompetence, right? That's basically
more or less right now. Yeah.
Yep. I'm going with him. I'm like, yeah, all yours. Bollocks.
Krusk could jump in.
Does anybody have? Oh, he does.
Yeah, I have +5 to pilot.
Thankfully, you're waking up just as Trior tries to come and give you help, because you get the feeling that the injection of the super large injection of morphine that he was going to give you was probably not the right thing for him to be giving you to wake you up there, Farah. So, lucky you. You could have been terribly injured.
So am I awake or am I still unconscious?
You're awake.
Okay, how does this work with... Do I just still have all the wound points and the rest of it?
So you have 0 vitality, And how many wound points was that?
3 out of 13.
3. Yeah. So
I'm in pretty bad shape.
Yeah. You're definitely not healthy. You're definitely not at 0 wound points, so that's the good news. Droid is going to require a lot of work. You know, sort of R2-esque. Hey, we've seen this before. At least he didn't get hit with a. Probably wanted to get hit by a laser cannon instead of flying around the ship from the inside. And you guys jet off to Yavin 4. To quote the new movies, the sounds that the ships make when they jump. Boom, boom. Because, you know, sound travels in space.
Yes,
Totally.
makes perfect sense.
You get back to Yavin 4 and leave it there at that point.
I want to.
It's going to take a couple of days, so in that time, if with the proper treatment, everybody will get their vitality points back up to maximum. So you can definitely get that, except for R5.
I want to repair on R5 if I can.
Do we keep the wound points?
The wound points, you would gain 1 point back a day, but with your treatment there, go roll a treat injury.
Is this just going to be kind of collectively for everybody?
Yeah.
Treat injury. Oh, it wasn't that good of a roll.
Yeah, it's better than my ones.
You're not, even though you've got all these resources, but fuzzy. Everybody just does natural healing, so you get 2 wounds back in the 2 days it takes you to travel back.
Okay. Well, they have medical facilities at the rebel base as well. So
Yeah. You'll be able to get everything back.
take a nice nap in a Bacta tank.
You don't get recognized as heroes, but it's like, good job. See, everybody's mostly standing. Yeah, I see you've got a little bit more than the crates that we asked for. Good job. Which ones are ours? You guys are able to point out the 20 crates. No R5. No, you didn't. And the 20 crates get taken off. They say, okay, make your repair check there, please, Mr. Jalip. Okay, you're able to get him up to... you stabilize the droid at... to -9 hit points. So... wound points, sorry. So, he's barely... Actually,
I had -3 before.
-3. Oh no, you were just dying at that point. Sorry. He rolled a repair check to stabilize you, so you never died. Okay. Got to remember that you get -10 points past your wound points before you die. So, we're there. We stabilized you. That repair check, you'll be at 0 points.
Okay. 0 wound, 0 vitality.
Yeah. And your vitality would come back as well, so you have full vitality, but if you make it, you're at 1 wound point. If you're at -3, you get 2 a day back, so you're at that point. Your self-repair mechanisms kicking in. Okay, on that lovely note, I need to now work out what all you ransacked from the base. Thankfully, you didn't have to do the kitchen. You didn't do the kitchen sinks. Count that in. I can't say that one of the crates doesn't contain one. I did less damage to you guys than you did to yourselves, so that's always a good thing. I believe Trior goes translates to he needs some remedial flying classes.
He definitely does.
Top damage
And-
dealer.
I mean, that's true.
And everybody levels up to 3rd level.
Oh, that was good. That was really fun.
Yay.
Yeah.